My name's Annie and I am an alcoholic. I've been doing a lot of thinking these past few weeks as my journey in sobriety has just evolved over the past number of years, especially these past few months, as to my relationship with my higher power, my God, and how I have so fallen in love with every morning meditating and listening and just trying to get into a peaceful zone to be a better person, which is what I know my God wants for me, is to be a better person and to do the next right thing. But it wasn't always like that. You know, when I first came into AA, I had a very difficult time just trying to pray because the God of my understanding back then was not anything like the God that I have been given by the steps and by the people in Alcoholics Anonymous, which I have today. And that's evolved over the years. I've had highs and lows and moments of where I've had, I guess you could just call it that defiance of I'm not praying to God because something in my life was not going my way. And I cannot begin to explain how, when I've gotten into those places, the outcome, which was God's will, was so much better than I could ever imagined. Lately, I've been very active within our fellowship in visiting so many people throughout our area, and I cannot be so thankful for the people that I have met and the way that they have touched me. And I can truly see where God speaks through the people in the rooms of AA, and how each one of those people, you know, is just another, it's a human of God. It's an outreach and it's another touch. And I have this special place that I try to get to for some serenity and some respite and some rejuvenation. And God willing, I will be in that place here in a couple of weeks. And it's a vacation place, and the family, calls it God's paradise, because it is one of those places where you're totally off the grid and all you have is nature. And I know for me that when I meditate, my place is to get in tune with nature. And that is what I find heals me. That gives me the strength. That gives me some days the courage to just go on when I just don't think I can make another step and go any further and just go forward and just trying to listen to God's talk, God's direction. And that has become it was difficult in the beginning, but the longer I find that I stick around, the easier I am able to hear where God wants me to be. I don't always know what God's will is for me, but I have learned over these years what I know what God's will is not. And it is not for me to drink. It is not for me to be that person that was filled with deceit and self-loathing and self-pity. That was the person that I came in as. God gave me the opportunity to become what He wanted me to become, and it was only through working with people in the rooms of AA, the steps, the sponsors, listening to so many other people share their experience about how they find God and how they meditate, has given me the courage to continue to do those things, to find God, to continue to meditate, even when I don't want to. Even when I think I'm doing it wrong, I always get something out of it, even if it's just 5 minutes of peace and contentment within myself, to give me that courage to continue to go on.